Hello, world. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Goddess Dawn. It's Tuesday, April 21st, 2020, and I'm back talking about R. Kelly. He was denied his second, really his 16th, no, he was denied his emergency bail motion again by Judge Ann Donnelly in the Eastern District of New York Federal Court. And I'm going to read her order so that we can get a clear understanding as to why she denied the bond when so many people were convinced that she would release him. I was on Twitter and I saw a lot of backlash against the judge for her decision, and basically people calling her biased and a feminist and part of the Me Too movement. So I just thought I'd read the order for clarity. Here we go. On April 7th, 2020, I denied the defendant's motion for a bail hearing and an order granting his temporary release. The defendant renews his motion on the basis that 6 detainees at the MCC Chicago, including one on his floor, have been diagnosed with COVID 19. The government continues to oppose the defendant's release. The essence of the defendant's renewed motion is that the conditions of the MCC have deteriorated and that this court can fashion terms of release that minimize the risk that he will flee or obstruct justice. As to the former, it is undeniable that the conditions at the MCC have worsened despite the best efforts of the BOP, and that's the Bureau of Prisons, prison staff, and the inmates themselves to prevent an outbreak of COVID 19. While phases 5 and 6 of the BOP action plan, as well as the specific measures adopted at the MCC, may well control the spread of the disease, the risk of infection and the stress of anxiety about COVID 19 will remain. At the same time, however, the defendant does not dispute this court's prior finding that he is not uniquely at risk for contracting severe illness from COVID 19. As the defendant recognizes the entire BOP population cannot be released because of COVID 19. He claims, however, that he should be released while others should not, because the court can fashion conditions to defray the assertedly negligible risk that he might flee or obstruct justice. I disagree. First, the risks associated with the defendant's release have not changed. The defendant continues to downplay the risk that he might flee, citing his attendance record in connection with the 2002 state criminal charges against him. Of course, the defendant is now charged with tampering with the witnesses in that case. In any event, his attendance record from a decades-old proceeding provides insufficient assurance that he would not attempt to flee if he were released. His circumstances and incentives are vastly different. He is now facing serious charges in multiple federal and state jurisdictions. Even aside from the risk of flight, the risk that the defendant would try to obstruct justice or intimidate prospective witnesses has not dissipated and poses a danger to the community. The defendant has been charged with obstructing justice in the Northern District of Illinois, specifically with coercing, threatening, and bribing potential witnesses. The defendant maintains that any risk can be mitigated through a combination of measures imposed on his release, including restrictions on social media, internet, and telephone use. Even under normal circumstances, these measures are imperfect. For example, they cannot stop a defendant from using an unauthorized telephone or digital device to contact potential witnesses or from inducing someone else to do so. Given the pandemic, where the judicial system's oversight capabilities are curtailed, these measures simply are not viable. They cannot ensure that a defendant with a history, incentive, and opportunity to interfere with potential witnesses will not do so. Accordingly, the defendant's motion for release is denied. So ordered. So there you have it. There is no bond, not even during this COVID-19 pandemic. I'm interested in your thoughts on this matter. So go ahead and comment and let me know. If you're new to the channel, thank you for visiting, and go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so. Like this video also. And until next time, peace.